The Portuguese Minister of Justice recalls that the rule of law must guarantee to all citizens, regardless of their condition, full and equal access to law and justice. Francisca Van Dunem says, however, that this issue cannot be adequately addressed at the strictly national level. At the opening of the high-level conference on the protection of vulnerable adults in Europe, the way forward, under the Portuguese presidency of the Council of the European Union, the Portuguese Minister of Justice proposed to address the need to provide the Union with a common legal framework which provides full access to justice, allows effective protection of vulnerable adults, and guarantees the full exercise of their rights. The conference, continued Francisca Van Dunem, will allow for further reflection and identification of objectives, in addition to helping to chart the way forward, taking into account the main instruments of international and European law, which is already in force, and the work already carried out at various levels. In terms of civil law, the minister recalled the 2000 Hague Convention on the International Protection of Adults, underlining that the respective accession of all member states and their full implementation would constitute a significant step forward in the improving of the protection of adults who are vulnerable. As for the field of criminal law, Van Dunem stated the need to look at the exercise of the rights of vulnerable adults in the procedural framework as suspects, defendants, or witnesses in order to ensure their effective participation as well as their protection as crime victims. For the most vulnerable victims, such as victims with disabilities and the elderly, or victims of gender-based violence, it remains particularly difficult to face criminal prosecution and to face the consequences of crime, said Francisca Van Dunem, Minister of Justice. During the opening session of the conference, European Commissioner for Justice Didier Reynders did not hide that Europe is not doing enough to protect its vulnerable adults. Stressing that the member states are aware of the limitations in question, the Commissioner reiterated that we must do more, as this is not a lack of recognition of the problem. Didier Reynders recalled that for 10 years the European Commission has been insisting on the ratification by all member states of the Hague Convention, but until today it has only collected the signature of 10 countries. And that is another topic where it will be really interesting to see how it will develop further. And if you want to stay informed, please subscribe to my channel. Auf Wiedersehen.